Duchess, Glass Eyes Never Blink by M.R. Ray. Chapter 4. By the time the last guest left, it was past midnight. Willy watched a man in a checkered shirt walk to his car, start it, and let the engine idle. The headlights lit the driveway and caught Wanda's face behind the screen door, making her eyes disappear. She flicked off the porch lamp, then let the door rattle shut behind her. Inside the house, it was a wreck. Wet cups and empty beer cans covered every surface. Chips and pretzel bits dusted the carpet. The counter overflowed with paper plates, half-eaten food, and the red punch congealing in the big glass bowl. Willy's feet stuck to the tile with each step. The air was heavy, warm from too many bodies. A crust of sweat and the lingering stench of lighter fluid clung to his shirt like a second skin. Wanda said nothing at first. She grabbed a garbage bag, started tossing in cups and napkins, working her way around the room in a tight circle. Her mouth was set. She moved fast, every step efficient, not wasting time on the little messes. Willy followed, collecting bottles and stacking them in the recycling bin under the sink. He did it more slowly, reading labels as if it mattered. He lined the bottles in neat rows, labels out, before Wanda snatched one from the line and shoved it deep in the bag. After a while, she paused by the punch bowl. Her hands rested on the rim. She looked at him, frustration on her face.
"You could have helped more,"
she said, voice flat.
"During the party, I mean. You disappeared."
She shrugged.
"I was at the grill most of the time. People wanted food."
He blinked.
"I handled everything else. And you're the one who invited your weird work friends."
Willy let it go. They worked in silence. Every few seconds, Willy glanced at the mantel inside the living room. The stuffed cat was there, motionless as it should be, but the angle seemed wrong. It was facing the TV now, not the kitchen. He tried to remember if it had moved, but the memory was fuzzy. Maybe someone bumped it, maybe not. Buster lay under the table, paws over his snout, a spent hot dog bun between his front legs. Willy finished the counter and turned to Wanda, who was jamming bottles into the trash with sharp, angry jabs.
"You went missing for a while?"
He said.
"During the party?"
"I was getting drinks. The punch ran out."
"No, before that? You weren't in the kitchen or the yard?" "I looked."
She stopped. For a second, her hands hovered above the trash. Then she pressed down harder, crushing cans.
"I was in the garage,"
she said.
"We ran out of ice."
He waited, letting the silence hang. She added nothing, so he tried again.
"I saw you with that guy, the tall one. He followed you inside."
Wanda whipped around, eyes bright.
"Why are you keeping tabs on me?"
"I'm not. I didn't remember him, and you left with him."
She laughed, a short, cold sound.
"Jesus, Willy. I can handle myself. You think I'm running off in the middle of our party to hook up with someone in the guest bathroom?"
He shook his head.
"I didn't say that."
"You didn't have to."
She wiped her hands on her shorts and glared at the floor.
"This is classic you."
He stared at the dish towel, twisting it until the fabric pulled tight. The tips of his fingers went red.
"I just asked where you were,"
he said, quieter now. She softened, but only a little.
"Sorry. I'm just tired."
She took a breath and gestured at the kitchen.
"We have, like, 2 hours of cleaning to do."
Willy nodded. After the counters were clear, Wanda filled the dishwasher. She bent low and her back was exposed above the waistband, showing off her lower back tattoo. Her tattoo had always appealed to him. He wanted to touch her there, but the moment felt wrong. He looked at the cat again. The collar caught the light, throwing gold across the wall. He shivered.
"Does that thing freak you out?"
he asked, nodding at the mantel. Wanda snorted.
"Still on that?"
It looks like it's staring at me."
She rolled her eyes, then smirked.
It's a toy, Willy. It doesn't do anything. You're being weird.
He braced himself.
Sometimes I think it moves.
Now she laughed for real.
You're such a nerd.
Willy forced a smile.
Yeah, silly.
Wanda leaned on the counter. Her breathing slowed.
You want to finish this in the morning?
She asked.
I'm wiped.
He looked at the mess still left.
It'll be worse tomorrow if we wait.
She shrugged.
Your choice.
She headed to the hall, then paused at the edge.
Good night.
She said, voice flat again, and disappeared toward the bedroom. He stood alone in the kitchen. The only visible light was above the stove. The cat glared at him from the mantel. Willy sighed and busied himself with the garbage bags, tying them tight, lining them up by the back door. He wiped the table, then the counters, and then the fridge handle. He filled a mop bucket and mopped the floor. When the kitchen was clean, he poured himself a glass of water and sat in his recliner. Buster lay near his chair, snoring. Willy watched the mantel. The cat's eyes seemed to shine, catching the faintest gleam from the lamp. The house was quiet. Willy liked it best this way. No TV, no background music, no Wanda calling from the other room. Only the low buzz of the refrigerator and the clock's measured tick, the one carried over from their apartment. He slipped his phone from his pocket. He muted the volume, then unlocked the screen. Tabs sat waiting, thumbnails frozen mid-motion, scenes he'd queued up earlier. He opened one, then another, letting the glow spill over his lap. The ritual mattered. He settled into his recliner. His thumb moved slow, deliberate, scrolling until he found the category that always drew him back. He stretched out, the thrill of secrecy heightening every breath. He felt the rush. Perfect. Fast, sharp, numbing. Housewives, cream pies, added flavor. Buster waited at the edge of the rug. The old dog had perked at the sound of the recliner creak, but now hovered, unwilling to cross closer. Buster inched forward, one paw at a time, but stopped short, head low, eyes fixed on the mantel. Willy focused on his screen. He was building towards his peak when the purr began. At first, he thought it was the fridge cycling on, or a neighbor's motorcycle warming up. But the sound was wrong. Too steady, too deep. It seemed to come from inside the room, not through the walls. Willy froze, phone slipping sideways in his grip. The purr grew, vibrating the air over in the living room. Buster whined louder, then backed away, nails skittering on the floor. The purr kept going, louder now. Then the voice, low and venomous.
You fat pig. He fills her. You never could.
Willy stared at the mantel. The cat's glass eyes gleamed. The tail was up now, not curled flat like before. He blinked, rubbed his face, looked again. The tail flicked once, then again, the gold rings of the collar rattling in a tiny metallic rhythm. He tried to stand, but his body refused. He gripped the arms of the recliner, forcing himself to breathe slowly and steadily. His legs felt numb. The cat's head turned, just a little, just enough to point its nose at him. The purr shifted, now a low growl, then back to a purr. Willy's arms prickled with goosebumps. He looked to the hallway for Wanda, but the bedroom door stayed shut. The cat stretched, front legs out, back arched high. Willy heard a click like a knuckle popping. The cat's body shivered, then tensed. It gathered itself. It leaped from the mantel. It landed. It landed on the floor with a soft thud. The sound was so ordinary, so cat-like, Willy nearly laughed. But the thing wasn't real, wasn't supposed to move at all. The cat stalked forward, tail high, collar rings jangling. Each step was deliberate. Buster let out a yelp and scrambled behind the couch. The cat kept coming, slow and patient, glass eyes locked on Willy. A growl replaced the purr. The teeth inside were too sharp, too white. The tongue was gray and dry, like a strip of felt. Willy lurched back, letting out a screech, the chair tipping. His phone flew from his lap and clattered to the floor, screen still glowing. He tumbled out of the chair, landing hard on his side. He scrambled, hands and heels digging into the floor until his back hit the far wall. Willy shook all over. The bedroom door screamed open. Wanda's voice came, thick with sleep and irritation.
What the hell is going on out here?
Willy tried to answer, but only managed a whimper. Wanda barreled in, bare feet slapping the floor. Her hair stuck up at odd angles, and the nightgown hung off one shoulder. She squinted at the mess, then at Willy, then at the living room.
What the hell happened out here?
She said. He tried to speak, yet his tongue locked against the roof of his mouth. He pointed at the floor, at the spot where the cat had been. Willy tried again.
The cat, it moved, it jumped down. It was coming at me.
She looked at him, then at the couch, then at the mantel. The cat sat where she had placed it, paws tucked, tail curled. Willy blinked. He stared at the floor, then at the mantel, back and forth, trying to piece together what he'd seen. Wanda's voice dropped to a hiss.
You trashed the living room because the toy scared you?
He shook his head.
It was on the floor. It moved by itself. I swear, Wanda, you can ask Buster. He saw it too.
She glanced at the dog, who was now pressed against the far wall, whining.
Buster eats dryer lint. He's not a reliable witness.
She stepped closer, peering at Willy with the same look she used for junk mail and broken remotes.
You're really pissing me off right now.
Willy got to his feet, using the wall for support. He crossed the living room in slow, unsteady steps, never taking his eyes off the mantel. The cat did not move, did not blink. He reached out and touched the head. It was stiff, the way it should be. He pressed the side and then the back, searching for a switch or motor. Nothing. He turned to Wanda, who crossed her arms and shivered.
You're acting like a child,
She said.
You need to get some sleep.
I'm not crazy.
The words came out too loud.
Then what?
She snapped.
Jesus, Willy, it's a stuffed animal. Get it together.
He wanted to yell, to grab her by the shoulders and shake her until she believed him. But he just stood there, breathing hard.
You'd better have this cleaned up by the morning,
She said, then stalked down the hall, slamming the bedroom door behind her. Willy stared at the cat. Its glass eyes curved at the corners, like it was smiling. He stood there. The cat did not move. The sound started as a deep rumble in its chest, then broke into 3 sharp bursts. Like a growl trying to pass for laughter.